because Twitch accidentally, or on purpose, I don't know which, skipped over it, we're going to do a live commentary for Planet of the Daleks, Episode 3, in colour. Because we're in colour, aren't we?
We are.
We are. Glorious Technicolor.
And so is Planet of the Daleks episode 3.
Yes.
By Terry Nation.
Yeah.
It
Here
is.
it is. It's
But
beginning.
Yes.
We'll say what's happening. So, somewhere on this
the
planet, there are 10,000 Daleks! Exclamation mark.
Crash Zoom.
Coughing.
Coughing. Have we walked into a Troughton episode? There's lots of coughing.
But look, it's in colour, Warren.
Yeah,
Remember when it was not in colour?
I remember when it was in black and white and the picture was
People
flickering.
coughing.
People coughing.
Oh, and enter some new Thals, isn't
Yeah,
it?
so you get Marat,
Yeah.
played by General von Klinkerhoffen,
Clop!
and Lartep,
Who is?
who
It's
is
a cup of
played
coffee.
by
Lartep, isn't it?
Tucker. And I should say that Marat's played by Hilary Minster.
Yes.
Yeah.
But Hilary Minster's going to pop up in another David Maloney
He is.
story.
Another
Yeah.
Dalek one as well.
Well, let's not say any more on that subject.
So, yes.
But we've got the Spyridonians pushing their carts,
And a stick.
and,
by
and,
Wester.
and then Wester's got his stick out
For prodding Joe
for
with.
prodding Joe.
That's how you know where he is.
I assume that's his stick.
I think he's going to club her to death. Yeah, he's going to club her with that.
Just the way it's sort of a position there,
Yeah.
just
Slightly dodgy.
resting on her
I
shoulder.
would have liked to have played a Spiridon because they must be absolutely sweltering underneath
Yes.
those
Yeah.
covers.
And they can't show any little part of themselves because otherwise they're
You
not
mean like
visible.
Western?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Western.
But
Yeah.
I quite like these doors because they're sort of Aztec.
Yeah, it's quite
Yeah.
Aztec-y, isn't
the
it?
actual
Yeah.
sort of design of them.
So-
But yeah, I mean, you've got the Spyridonians being invisible.
Mhm.
I like the way that Joe's squinting.
That's just Katie.
That's Katie, bless her.
Katie's very short-sighted.
We love Katie, don't
we?
we?
Love Katie.
Katie's so
But-
wonderful.
Yeah.
Joe's trying to work out how to get into the city.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So she's going to disguise herself as some shrubbery,
Yeah,
basically.
she's going to hide in the shrubbery.
You get
Theft or shrubbery.
Mm.
Ooh.
But yeah, she's
here
going
we go.
to have a go. No,
And his-
meanwhile, back in the cell,
Yes, he's Codal. He's
Yeah.
pacing up and down.
he was hitting his hand.
We like Codal.
And
It
Pertwee's
makes him sound like a cheap aspirin.
Pertwee, who is now dressed as though he's like sort of Ribena man,
Yeah, he's very purple.
Playing with a cassette recorder.
and a screwdriver, which I think is it's a green one. So this is one of the things about getting it in colour. We know what colour the screwdriver is now.
I like his neck chief.
Yeah,
It's
Yes.
very purple. Isn't
I used
it?
to have a green screwdriver like that.
Did you?
Yeah, so they must have been big in the 70s.
Obviously
I
they
guess.
were, yes.
But yes, it's.
The cell stuff is a lovely little two-hander, isn't it?
It is,
between-
and Tim Priest is a great actor.
Yeah.
Yes, he really brings out the character well.
she gets a hand for gooey
Oh,
stuff.
Jane Howe's put her hand in the goo.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's an allotrope of ice.
A what?
An allotrope. It's a form of ice that never gets hard.
Mm.
So it never gets hard, Warren. All right.
Right, never
No
gets
matter
hard.
what they do to it, it never gets
Right.
hard. So
So why are the tunnels then made of solid ice?
I don't know.
some of it's hard and some of it's not.
But this is one of these sort of real sort of Terry Nation isms, isn't
Yeah.
it? That he writes planets. Planets come in certain varieties. There's your jungle planet. There's your desert planet. There's your planet of water or acid.
To be honest, we're lucky this planet isn't called Freezerdon.
Freezerdon.
Because normally he names the planets after what
Do you think
is
he'd have
on
different
them.
shelves?
Planet Chilius.
Yes.
Chilius
Or
Maximus.
Because like Iridius or,
Yes.
Yeah.
or Desperus.
Desperus.
Well, as we said before, Iridius, when it used to be watery, was at Marinus.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
It just dried up.
I do like the Thels spacesuits. I must
Yeah,
admit.
They're pretty
they
good.
look
They're
fairly.
good, yeah.
Very good. But they've got
Functional.
those very sort of chunky 70s explosives with the
Yeah.
dials on and they've got heated suits.
They've got
Suits.
their heating units
That's
with one big switch
Yeah.
and a
On
dial.
off.
So it's like cold or really hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
But yeah, they haven't got thermal underwear. They've
No.
just got a big thing, and they've got the bombs here,
yes.
The Bims.
the berms.
Mhm.
So yeah,
They're not like the ones from the next Dalek stories that are held together with giant screws.
But old Bernard Horsfall's going in the.
Man of action is Bernard. We like Bernard.
We
as well,
love
don't
Bernard
we?
Horsfall.
Bernard's
Because
brilliant.
didn't we
He's
get to
always
see him
great.
at a convention once? I think.
Yes.
And then he,
We met him at, didn't we meet him at
was at Regenerations,
Regenerations? He
yeah.
was really, really dry. He had his wonderful
Yes,
dry,
yeah.
and he denied remembering anything at all.
yeah. But yeah, it's the chaps with the purple furs
Yeah,
now.
I think the theme of this story is purple now, isn't it?
Yeah,
The Spiridon
purple's-
furs are purple. Pertwee's purple
Well, I suppose it would have looked really good
in
in
colour.
the same colour in the
Yeah.
70s.
Yeah. But how many people would have watched it in colour?
I like the
That's
fact
true,
that
yeah.
for
I didn't
the-
watch this in colour.
for the set here, you've got a lot of vegetation very close to the camera.
Yeah.
And it's an attempt to disguise the studio floor, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it works really well, I think.
Yeah,
It's
jungles,
tightly shot, isn't it?
yeah, as jungles go, it's
It's
not,
a functional
It's
jungle.
not bad.
Yeah.
It's not the best. These two Daleks that were on guard, are they actually Daleks on guard, or are they just like
Do you think
models?
do you think
The statues.
the Khalid inside's fallen asleep?
Yeah. It's got so cold it's having a doze.
But now we're in the carefully hollowed out tunnels.
Of the ice that can never go solid.
Yes, just a bit solid here, but never mind.
And the
And
nice
Hilary Minster's having a look at Jane Howe's bum.
bottom.
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Oh,
Now,
oh, hello.
hello.
have we tilted the camera here, or have they actually built the set?
Now they tilted the camera.
They tilted the camera. Right,
Her
okay.
ankles must be cold because they're not covered up.
But didn't Jane Howe say something about when they have to open the Dalek or something like that, and she thought Katie was overacting.
That's right. She didn't know how to do TV acting.
Yeah.
Either. Yeah.
So Jane Howe's sort of doing it all subtle,
Yeah.
and Katie's doing it, in full sort of reaction mode. And Jane Howe said, "Well, I thought I knew what I was doing, but then I watched it back and realised that actually Katie knew what she was doing."
But
Yeah.
Jane was more of a theatre actress, wasn't she?
At this point, I mean, she's only 23 at this point.
Bless her.
So she's quite young still.
I do like the ice caves. They're a bit of fun, aren't they?
Yes. Yes.
And it's clearly been done by a machine, which the Daleks would have used for the
Yeah.
cooling unit, because it's solid.
Yeah, it's just a boxy,
Yeah.
boxy tunnel, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not like they've sent somebody up there with a pickaxe.
So this is weird. Why do the Spiridons come in and bring all the?
They're bringing vegetation samples. I suppose it's for the virus stuff, isn't it?
Oh, I suppose so. Yeah.
And what was it you said? We're in blind Daleks.
Blind
in this.
Daleks. Yes. When she gets out the tub, bless her, the Dalek's looking straight at her. But the other thing is the controls here are not switches. They are designed for the Daleks, suckers,
Yes.
aren't they? So some thought's gone into that. And the clock on the wall. I like the clock on the wall.
But not.
Lift whining.
But you do get shots where there are an awful lot of actual real-sized Daleks in
Yes.
it. I mean, it's
Yeah.
obvious that only about 3 or 4 actually move. But even so, I'd forgotten quite how many
They're peppered around quite well. aren't they?
do appear
Yeah.
in this story. And,
It's the remake of the Dalek attack. From,
there's the hat stand
Hat
in the
stand.
distance.
Yes.
Yeah.
Why
what-
do they need a hat stand? They don't need a hat.
in case
have
the
hats.
prisoners have got hats, I don't know. Oh, you know.
Here we go. The Dalek attack scene.
Oh yes. Well, again, this is reminiscent of the first Dalek story.
Yeah.
You're in the cell.
About to put mud in your eye.
Yeah. How do you disable a Dalek? But oh, hello.
You stick a C90
Pertwee's
on the
got
back of his head.
his Doctor Who tape zine that he's attached to, and now he's hearing Ray Phase Shift or something, and his brain's been scrambled at one of my articles. I quite like the point of view shot.
Yeah.
because, you get something similar in Death to the Daleks,
Yes.
but that's shot through like a silver foil
Tubular.
thing, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's very peculiar. And then you have more of a sense of claustrophobia through that, I think, in Death to the Daleks.
I mean, yeah, it's no attempt to put any overlays or anything like that on
No.
it.
No.
But yeah, not a bad little sequence. But sadly, the tape's been
Squished.
squashed. So
Yes.
It's good fun, though.
that's the end of that, and you'll never see that again or ever hear about it again.
Yeah.
Again, it's one of those things that it gets introduced for like a couple of episodes.
It does get mentioned.
Does it?
By Revelation of the Daleks.
Does it?
No, what am I talking about?
I
Sorry.
don't know.
Remembrance.
Right.
I rigged up something like that on the planet Spiridon.
Oh right, okay. Oh yeah, they've got all their
Oh,
stuff
great
on.
gun
stuff.
on it.
They've got the gun on the hat
Nice to
stand.
hold enemies' guns. Oh, here we go, the blind Dalek.
So yeah, so Katie's in the vegetation.
Bing,
She gets
like
out,
a jack.
making a load of noise
Nice.
as the vegetation all falls on the floor, and that Dalek hasn't seen it because he's smoking a fag or something. He's just sort of he's probably got having a nap, you know. Yeah.
Well, the clock moves.
Oh
bizarre
yeah.
times,
So this
doesn't
is
it?
like sort of white, sort of yellowy, orange and red are the full
Ice eruptions.
As the full alerts.
Yeah, because that's alert, isn't
Yeah.
it? So,
And of course, this is the Daleks without Davros.
this
Yes.
is pre-Davros.
Yeah.
Pre-Davros, isn't it?
Pre-Davros. Yes.
He's not going to appear quite yet.
No.
But,
I always found them more scary without Davros, to be fair.
I mean, we can talk about that in another one. But yeah, inevitably, the moment you introduce Davros, you have to mix down the Daleks a bit,
Yeah.
don't you? Because he becomes the
All dark
the,
and corridors.
the figurehead. Nice lighting here.
Yeah, lovely. Nice. And the sneaky Dalek.
Right,
He's unsure. There's someone about somewhere. I love the way the head. It's almost going all the way round.
His blue discs look a bit wonky to me, but there are people that know more about Dalek design than me.
Yeah.
That's it. Give it away. Shout.
back! But yeah, didn't they show a clip from Planet of the Daleks on Blue Peter? I seem to remember once or twice. I vaguely remember seeing, because I have no memory of the story as originally transmitted, but I vaguely remember seeing it on Blue Peter. Oh yeah, there's the
There's
the controls, which is sort of Dalek-y, aren't
Yeah,
they?
yeah. There's no rel count or anything.
Yeah.
No.
I'd like a rel count.
But it's around about this time the Peter Cushing movies get their first
airing
broadcasting on TV, which is of course when the sort of big one turns up in episode 6.
Yes.
Doesn't Dudley do a bit of music?
Oh, he did a few lines. Yeah.
Based on the actual music
Few
from
bars of that
the
coming
films. But yeah, I mean, I remember seeing the films on TV because they were on quite a lot in the late 70s, weren't they? It was.
BBC Two liked them a lot, didn't
Yeah.
they? Yeah.
Oh, this is good. They get in the lift.
They fire at the door.
Oh, hello! The door's melting a bit. That's quite a nice effect. But yeah, again, being in the lift stuff is very reminiscent of the first Hartnell Dalek story.
Yes.
So Pertwee operates the lift. There's a few flashing lights.
Starship Enterprise.
Oh yes, that's right. Yeah, how to
The
show a
turbo
lift
lift,
going
isn't
up and
it?
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is that. Open the door, and what's behind the door?
Oh, it's
a
a
Dalek!
Dalek.
Quick,
Run
shut the door!
away.
Shut the door! Right.
Scorch marks.
Okay. Right. Cut to the lift now, moving again, and of course.
Well, if they can control the lift
I
and
was
the
gonna say
control room, why didn't they just lock the doors open?
2 or 3 scene blokes have to shift the Dalek out of the way. It's all right,
Yeah.
John. We've moved it now. You can open the door. And is it there? And no, it's gone. Got it out of the way.
The thing I noticed about Planet of the Daleks is they've thrown some money at it because you have the spaceship scene, don't you? Set as well. You have the control room set here. You're going to have the special Dalek coming up towards the end.
Yeah.
The amount of casings that they use as well.
Yeah. I quite like the guns that they've got in this because they're quite Blake 70.
Yeah.
In that you've got the sort of the pointy bit, but you've got the power pack bit as well. So that's quite cool. Oh, they're up to their knees in wallpaper paste now.
They always reminded me of spud guns.
Spud guns?
Spud guns.
Okay.
Did you have a spud gun?
I had a small spud gun, yeah. Didn't have many spuds.
Oh,
but
bit
I
of
had
phlegm.
a
Bit of phlegm.
All right. Okay. This is
Cut to film.
and
The spewing.
the one of these ventilation grills that are always big enough to hold people.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. I mean, I've never worked anywhere where I've
Ventilation shaft big
where
enough.
I've seen I've worked in industrial places and the shafts are never that big. You could get like Bernard Horsfall in. Or
Do you think he was
halfway into red alert now. Sorry?
Do you think Bernard could have been used as a tester for
For
ventilation?
shafts.
Possibly, yeah.
Dangers nearing, eruptions nearing its peak.
No, nothing. Nothing worse than peak eruptions, is there?
Yeah.
But yes, he's being pulled out now. Is that?
Now this is
Is that the general?
That's the general.
General Ron Kimcoff and his.
now this is the door thing. This is from the final episode of Dead Planet, isn't it? Where they're trying to hold the door to get Chesterton underneath the door, isn't it?
I mean, we might decry this as Terry Nation's greatest hits, but
It still works.
For 1973. The first Dalek story is nearly 10 years ago.
Yeah, and there are a lot of kids who wouldn't have been
So
around
there's
to
a
see
whole
it.
new generation. So recycling your old ideas.
It's not necessarily a bad thing.
No.
You can get away with it so long as you don't do it every year. Oh, I like the space boots,
Yes.
which they've got.
It's very much a boy's own adventure type thing, isn't it? Yeah.
Here
we go. They're going to get spewed on now, aren't they?
Oh, is it the the Daleks?
Oh, hello. Oh, hello.
That's going to go everywhere. Yes.
That's going to sting a bit.
But I mean, some of these sets are quite bare.
Yeah.
But even so, it's a nice sort of minimalism.
I was going to say,
it would be bare. You wouldn't have Daleks. Don't go even
have any artistic flair, do they?
apart from in the first Dalek story.
Because compared to the set of the spaceship in Death of the Daleks, and that's fairly similar, isn't it?
It's very much like it's the Robots of Death line from the Captain, where they hide behind the stained glass window, don't they?
Yeah.
And he says, "Oh, good job he didn't have any eye for art." And I think it's functional, and robots will be functional. He's going to die.
Are we going for the noble
Why
sacrificing?
didn't we go underneath the door?
Yeah, so the door's shutting, and he's been negatived to death, and that's it. Oh well.
It always used to scare me, the negative effect.
Oh, John's got the sonic screwdriver.
He's going to blow it up.
And hide your eyes.
Yeah, he always says that.
And I love the way the cameraman gets in as close as he dares to the explosion.
The title, Foo!
Again, it's like Revenge of the Cybermen. It frightens me where Tom's playing with the thing and it explodes, isn't it?
Oh, the Dalek's got the map and the other Dalek's looking at
it.
The fact that you need two Daleks to look at a map.
One to hold it.
Yeah, but it's like sort of like somebody's kid's drawing, isn't it? It's the sort of thing you pin on the fridge. Yeah. So, it's very good. Yes, we know what that is. And the door won't open, so bring the cutting equipment. And it's always that thing, well, I thought you had it. You know? Did we bring it with us? I don't know. Where is it?
They open the door and there's various bits of equipment.
Yeah, but again, Daleks cutting through doors is very much a traditional thing.
Yeah.
Oh, we're into the set now of the shaft that they go up in episode 12. I don't know what all that silver stuff in the... Is it art? Modern art? Is it equipment?
No, I think that's part of the refrigeration gear, isn't it?
Is it? Well, it just looks a bit arty to me. But don't know. But yeah, this is...
If it's that cold, Pertwee's hand would have stuck... I wouldn't have put my fingers on that.
Frozen
I put my fingers on that.
Frozen
I like the fact it's a bright orange as well.
Yeah.
They like their oranges because there's a lot of orange in this room.
You've got a bit of colour, haven't you?
Yeah.
Looking up the ventilator shaft, so again, here's the sort of escape sort of route. But
so you're mapping it out. How are we going to get up
How can you do it? And again, that's like the sort of lift escape where they chuck the
rock, the piece of art, isn't it?
The sculpture down.
Yeah.
So we've got the cutting equipment here, which is...
polystyrene.
I was going to say it's like a big hot screwdriver that he's sort of shoving through the polystyrene door with a little red overlay. Oh, Pertwee's found some plastic bags. So don't know quite where those are.
Which would have been interesting to see the Daleks unwrap a plastic bag.
Yeah, or maybe when the Daleks got delivered, they all came in packaging.
Yeah, it might be unwrapped by somebody.
Yeah. So there's a load of expanded polystyrene as well as the big sheets of plastic. But you're shortly going to get the
everyone's abandoned
the model
control
shop,
room.
Yes.
Yeah, I was going to say for a busy
he's back with the map.
For a busy control room. Yeah.
Look what I found.
What do I do with this map? Here, you take it. Which way up is it? I don't know.
Yeah. What if they'd have got it up the wrong way?
Well, I was going to say, what if they just made a map very badly? Because I'm very bad at drawing maps.
Yeah.
You know, the Daleks taking it literally and then not being able to find it. Well, it was round here. I'm sure it's round here somewhere. I've never claimed to be a good map drawer. I can read maps, but I just can't draw the things.
Yeah, I can't read maps.
Yeah. Are you any good at reading maps, Warren?
No, I'll have a bash.
You'll have a bash. I was going to say it's almost a lost art these days with sat-navs, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, this polystyrene doll's putting up a fight, isn't it?
It is.
It has to be said.
It is.
But Pertwee's going to do some of his navy knots now, so he's going to splice some bits together. As I said, we get the model shot in a minute, and this is the one of these things that Terry Nation writes in.
You can imagine,
and then you sort of read your way through the script, and you get to like the last but one page or something.
It says 1,000 Daleks.
How the blooming hell am I doing that? Now that thing with the thing going up the bit of paper or whatever it was, actually going up. So it didn't look to me as though it was on a wire.
No, I wondered whether they might have used something like a fan or a hairdryer or something like that to push it
they're
up.
actually blowing it about. But oh, come on, darling!
Oh,
you've nearly done
there.
it. The others are going for a walk
trundle
now.
through the
We're going to go look for
jungle.
explosives.
Except that it says the explosives are a flight of flight of stairs behind the giant rock.
Oh, and Joe doing a sneaking.
So the two Daleks are outside of.
They've gone off for a fag.
They've gone off for a fag and a cup of coffee.
Yeah, but we've got the big sheet
yeah,
of
there
tarpaulin
must
there.
be a fan underneath there because it's inflated.
It is actually going up.
Yeah.
So there's probably somebody from the effects crew on their backs with a big
blowing
desk fan or something. Yeah. Or a pair of bellows or something. You know.
I tell you, there's a pair of bellows.
Oh, it's beginning to feel it's rising. And Doctor
Why
Who
would
looks.
the Daleks have little?
Doctor Who looks through a thing and there's a load of Daleks. Did we actually see them in this episode or not? I can't remember.
I think we get very brief, don't we?
So the Daleks are coming through.
There they are.
There's loads of Louis Marks tricky action Daleks. Pertwee looks appalled because they look nothing like the real ones. Doctor, it's going up. But come on, Doctor. Doctor, are you not too heavy?
Building up the tension. Building up the tension. Are we having the totals?
There isn't enough lift to take all our weight. The Daleks are bashing the door
through.
down. Slowly. Rise, will you? Come on, Karen, give it time. It's not going to work. Doctor, it's not going to work.
Cue titles.
Cue titles. Doctor Who, John Pertwee.
He's red. Well, he's not red. The background's red.
Katie Manning.
There you go. Planet of the Daleks Part 3.
Good fun. It rips along at a heck of a pace.
If you want to actually watch what you missed on Twitch, it is available on DVD.
Shall I zoom in?
You zoom in.
Let's see if I can get how close I can get it there. There you are. There's Planet of the Daleks. In a DVD set along with Frontier in Space, isn't it? That's right.
Yeah.
Space War set, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Yes.
But yeah, these are the days when you still get the writer credit in the end credits as well. So Terry Nation actually gets his name on there twice. And there we go. There's Terence Dix, Barry Lex, and dear old David
Maloney, BBC 1973.
Bless them all. Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.